President Joe Biden in Michigan's Democratic primary.
All right, and that's enough.
Rashida Tlaib.
We're gonna call Lump. We're gonna go to GPS so I can go get my daughter, put the GPS in. GPS in, and let's call Lump. Here goes. Philly comedian Lump. He didn't pick up on this first ring. That's good though. I like that. Pick up on the third ring.
House of Pain, Lumpy Caretaker. How may I help you?
Hey, may I speak to Lump, please? This is Tony Cheslock.
Yeah, how you doing, Doc? It's Lump. How are you, baby?
What it is, man? How are you, sir?
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm pulling out of port here. I dumped off resources. I gotta go get the package. I gotta go get my daughter. The work week is over, and now the weekend has begun.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
So, Lump, how was your day, buddy?
My day so far has been good. Got up, ran some errands, had some breakfast. I'm actually getting ready for tonight. I am featuring at the Bristol Comedy Works for Bill Chang.
Oh, that's dope, dude. Right on. You've done shows out there before, have you not?
Yeah, I've been hosting there for about a decade.
Oh, that's wonderful. And you're featuring for who?
Bill Chang.
Bill Chang, wonderful. How much time do they give you so you're featuring for him? How much time do you have? Are they
I believe it's 25 to 30.
That's beautiful. That must feel so good to be able to stretch your legs, especially with some of your more storytelling jokes. I can only imagine how that's got to be a lot of fun for you.
Yeah, it is. I don't often get the opportunity to do more than 10 to 15 minutes, and because of the status at my club, he did have me featured before, and we'll say it didn't go well, and so I waited about another 5 years before I asked again, and he agreed to it. So,
all right,
shout out to him.
Is that Bristol Comedy Works?
Yes, it's in Bristol, PA, at a restaurant called Georgine's. Great Italian food. If you ever go, and they usually have stand up there every Friday and Saturday night.
Oh, lovely. That sounds great. I love Italian food. I love doing stand-up. I love watching stand-up. I would say that you need to send me a link to the show so I can go in the show notes, but I don't generally produce the show that quickly.
Right. Nah, I mean, it's cool. By the time this go out, the weekend will be over. So, and it's all right.
We could do a retrospect.
Yeah, I have another show coming up that might be closer to your neck of the woods on March 16th. I'm at the Monkey Club with Ellie Summerlin and Aaron Bell.
It's beautiful. The Monkey Club, yes.
I just hosted their open mic last night. I'm headlining there.
Oh,
so Ellie's going to do about 10 to 15 minutes. I think we're going to have like a 5-minute guest spot, and Aaron's going to do 20, and I'm just going to do the rest.
Okay. You got anybody for that guest spot?
I think he already picked. It wasn't. Believe it or not, all of this goes to Aaron Bell. Aaron Bell, much praise to him. He was looking for a spot for me and him to work out, and he put it all together. So I basically left. Other than promotion, I left everything else in his hands.
Yeah,
I'm just attached to it, and I'm happy to be. I'm not saying that.
So you left it in God's hands, if you will.
Well, Aaron's, but yeah, God as well.
All right. So let's see. So the crux of the show, as you may know at this point, is that I drive around the Philly area and I call my friends and we talk shit. So I want to know, and I get brain thorns when I do these things. Whenever I hear people talk, and you said that you had breakfast. Now I want to know what you had for breakfast.
For breakfast, yes. I had it was simple. It was just a grilled cheese sandwich with pork bacon. On wheat bread and some cheese curls. It's something like.
Okay.
You know, I just wanted to put something on my stomach. But normally, like if we go out for breakfast, me and my lady, I'll get like either grits and bacon and, you know, turkey scrapple. With, you know, some oranges and some more. I'll get pancakes. With those same breakfast meats. And the last time we went out, actually, I don't eat eggs. Like a lot of people, you know, eat eggs with, you know, with breakfast or any meal, really. I don't eat eggs at all. They make me vomit. So they added, what was that, home fries to the last time I went out. So I might be doing that again. Although the place we went, their home fries, they had no seasoning on them.
Man, you know what
I like my food seasoned.
One of the things I love about you the most is that you're one of the most entertaining storytellers that I've ever listened to, and you just told me a story about all the different things that you eat for breakfast. And I also
I left my jacket.
I am engaged, man. You are painting a picture for me. And then you said that eggs make you vomit. Are you allergic to eggs, or you just don't like the flavor of them?
So no. So my body rejects them. So like if you put an egg in a cake, I can eat it. But if you fry up an egg and put it in front of me and I eat it, I'm going to vomit.
Have you ever been tested to see if that's an allergen of yours? The reason I'm asking is my fiance and her kids and my kid, they have various food allergies, and like we got to do certain things to make sure that people don't go to the hospital and what have you. Or is it just
No, I haven't been tested. The thing was, like, you know, when we were kids, you know, everybody when they make breakfast, they automatically put eggs. And so from the ages of like 4 until 6, when I stopped eating them, every time I ate breakfast with my family, I would either throw up or I would be sick the rest of the day.
Yeah,
and my father had a strict rule of if you don't eat it, you wear it. So one day he came, you know, he made breakfast and he went to the store. When he came back, the eggs were on my shirt. And he was like, so you just not going to eat them? And I was like, I don't feel like throwing up today. And then I haven't eaten eggs ever since.
You were wearing them, is what you're trying to say.
Yes.
My grandma used to say
I literally had the eggs on my shirt.
My grandma used to say that. She used to say, if you don't eat this, you'll wear it. She kind of meant it. She was pretty tough old lady.
Like my father meant it as well.
Yeah. Whoops. We lost him. Hold on, folks. This is a first. I don't know what the protocol is for.
I don't know, Tommy. I'll figure it out.
Hello?
Hey, Lump, what's up? Tony took a break. This is me, Augie Santana. What happened, brother? You hang up on us or what?
Nah, I didn't hang up. I went to turn my car on and the car got cut. So I don't know what happened. How you doing today, Augie?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good, brother. I want to pick up where Tony left off if it's okay. You ever seen that movie? You ever seen that movie, Cool Hand Luke?
I believe I saw it once when I was like a teenager, and that was like 30 years ago.
Right. Well, there was that scene in the movie where he ate 50 hard-boiled eggs and he didn't even puke.
Oh yeah, his stomach is much stronger than mine. That's for sure. I'm at the point like, you know, you go to some Chinese restaurant, or you know they make Asian food and they'll put eggs in their rice, and as soon as I eat it, my stomach will begin queasy. It's so bad I got to the point where I don't even eat mayonnaise or French toast.
Damn,
because you gotta dip the bread in the egg before you cook it. And my brain knows that.
Yeah, your brain do know that, man. You know what? No French toast and no mayonnaise for Tone. That's like a fate worse than death.
Well, we make do with other things like mustard and I don't eat eggs, so I'll eat like, you know, hash browns or, you know, grits, you know, something else on the side besides eggs. But eggs itself, can't do it. Which is crazy because I know how to cook, and I make one of the greatest omelets, you know what I mean, ever.
And that's some
You just tell me what you want on there and I make it.
And you can't even appreciate it yourself.
Right, and I can't.
Well, I'm imagining that you appreciate this than the other person appreciating what you made, and that shows you that you have love for the egg, but you don't have, you can't ingest the egg. That's a very interesting wrinkle, according to my perspective.
Hey, Doc, hold on 1 second. Hold on, I'll give 30 seconds.
1 and 2 and 3 and 5. All right, so I guess I'm gonna talk. Now I'm gonna go back into Tony's brainstem. And then he gonna pick up the conversation with Lump as soon as I'm out of here. And then,
Yo.
Yes. Hey, listen, Lump.
Yeah.
I gotta go jump back. I gotta go jump back into Tony's brainstem because I don't even exist. I'm just a voice that he does.
Fair enough.
It was a pleasure making your acquaintance. Hey, man.
It was like meeting you too as well, Augie.
Hey, so you also fix household appliances.
Yes, I service washing machines, dryers, stoves, and refrigerators. I know how to install over-the-range microwaves, dishwashers, and hoods. And I do those for a nominal fee. I have flexible hours and rates.
Yeah.
So I try to be helpful.
Yeah. So I used to be a building manager for a condo at one point in my life, and like I had hot water heaters fail in above kitchens, like pouring through kitchens and flooding the entire kitchen, etc., etc. Dealing with plumbers who don't want to deliver a hot water heater and a walk-up. Do you mess with hot water heaters at all?
I can deliver them, but you would need a plumber to it. I know how to install them too, but I try to stay in my lane.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
It does. That's really smart because you can really mess something up. I mean, I know how to do it, but because there's wiring that's involved, there's electrical that's involved. It's not exactly a plug and play operation. Did we lose you again? I think we lost Lump.
Accidentally pressed the mute button, bro.
This has been a very. It's Augie again. Every time we lose you, I come back. I think that's what happens. Interestingly enough, this is the first episode where the caller has cut out, and it's been very exciting for me personally because I like drama.
You like drama, Augie?
I do. I love it. I like drama so much that when I was a young boy, my mom used to lock me in the basement where the dogs slept. And actually, it's very upsetting. So I'm gonna jump back in Tony's brainstem.
So yeah, you try to stay in your lane. What was the last time have you done any servicing visits this week?
The last service call I did was this past Saturday.
Okay.
A lady had a dryer, and she was saying that the dryer wasn't spinning, and she said she didn't know if it was the belt or not.
Uh-huh.
So I went ahead and purchased the belt and brought it over just in case.
Mm-hmm.
And it ended up being a belt, so I just put it on. It was a simple fix.
A simple one, yeah. So have you ever gone to so to speak, fix someone's dryer, and it's very clear that they haven't done any maintenance at all, like they've never cleaned out the lint trap, blah blah blah, what have you?
Right. Yes, I have, and I have an interesting story about that.
Tell
so my father had an appliance business on that's not plugged in. Looking at that. My father had a appliance business on 52nd and Larchwood.
Mm-hmm.
Called Hamilton's Washer and Dryer Service from 1980 to 2011. So we'll say in 2005, we had this lady that kept calling, and she kept making appointments to have her dryer service, but she would never be home. So she would make the appointment, and then when we call her to go to the house, she wouldn't answer the phone.
Yep.
Right? So this goes on for about 3 weeks, and she says, well, she calls back in, but this time she has her husband with her on the phone.
Oh.
And I'm I had taken some of the service calls. My papa took one or two, And so I was like, lady, listen, I don't care. She was like, my husband would like to speak to you. So I talked to the husband. The husband says, I really would appreciate if you came out. I'll be here myself. I know y'all set it up with her. She wasn't answering the phone. But I'm here. I will make sure that I'm there. And I'm like, sir, we've done this 3-4 times already. How can I be sure that you're going to be home? And he said, sir, I'm running out of clean drawers, brother. I need you here. Right? And so I ended up going to the house. And when I got to the house, the dryer was encased with clothes. It was just dirty clothes and, just around it. And so I asked this gentleman to move everything out. And so he took all the clothes out, so I could when you service an appliance, you need at least like a foot in front, behind, beside, so you have room to move the appliance around. So he moved everything out. And then he said, well, look, I got to go back upstairs. I'm not at work, but I'm doing something for my job. Just call me if you need. As soon as I slid the dryer out to disconnect it, I noticed something very shiny on the floor, right? So I pick it up, and it was a diamond engagement ring. Big rock, right? So I take it, and I put it in my pocket, right? I ended up fixing the dryer. I had to go get some parts. I come back. Mind you, I still got the ring on me, and I haven't told the husband about it. So as I come back, I put the belt on. It needed a belt and an idler pulley. The idler pulley is what holds the belt in place while the dryer tumbles. Right? As long as the drum of the dryer is on track. The drum is where you put your clothes at. So I fix everything, and I call him downstairs. Sir, can you come down? He comes down. We do the business. He pays me for my services, and I'm getting ready to walk out. And then I remember I got the ring. I said, sir, how long have you been married? He said about 7 years. I said, how long ago did your wife lose her engagement ring? He said, she told me 2 years ago, but I think it's closer to 3 or 4. I said, did she tell you how she lost the ring? And she said, no. He said she thought she lost it doing laundry, but she wasn't sure.
Wow.
I said, how long have you been beating her up about it? He said, since the day she told me. I've been messing with her. I won't buy her no presents or nothing. Like, we celebrate the anniversary, but she don't get nothing because of the ring. And I said, well, you owe her a big dinner. And I pulled the ring out and I gave it to him. And this man literally teared up because he said he believed his wife, but he was just beating her up. Because it was their thing.
Yeah.
Tony, listen, when I tell you, he cried. He gave me a big hug because I could have kept it. You know what I'm saying? I could have kept it and act like I never knew where it came from. I gave it to him, and he gave me a big hug. He tipped me about $40 extra, and I left.
Wow.
About a week later, I said, when you take your wife out to dinner, give her this back. About a week later, the lady that called, they kept calling and making an appointment and not answering and whatnot. She said, sir, what time will you be in the office tomorrow morning? I said, I'll be there at 10 a.m. That lady walked up on me, handed me $150, kissed my cheek, and hugged me tight and said, thank you for saving my marriage.
Wow. Lump. A+, man. Wow.
Lump, my God. I had to jump out just to celebrate. Listen to that. That's amazing.
It wasn't my ring. And there have been other situations where, inside of a dryer, there'll be a lot of change, or there'll be some money, or, you know what I'm saying, it'll be, something else of value, and usually I give those things back. I think the most I found a $50 bill one time, and I was hard on my luck, so I put it in my pocket. But the people never knew about it, so, you know what I'm saying, I didn't even tell them.
Wow.
Because people don't empty their pockets out when they don't empty their pockets out when you put your clothes in the laundry.
Right.
So, I've opened dryers up to $20 and change.
Sure.
One day I was delivering for a major company in the area, and they replaced they have the washers and dryers for tenants that has the change box in it. And the new owner didn't have a key to the change box, but we knew that it was full of money. So what me and my partner did was when he said, I don't have the key, he said, if there was a way to leave the top here, could you do it? And me and him both knew how to do it, but we was like, nah, we can take the whole thing or we leave it here. And he was like, well, then you got to take it. So we took it, and I'm telling you, when we were supposed to take our lunch break, we was back there in the back of that truck hammering that box open. We split $90 in quarters. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's real.
You gotta strike when the iron is hot.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean, man. That's amazing. I'm in my mind, you know, like that story with the engagement ring. I see it like you're making a play. This ball is about to go foul, and Lump dives into the crowd and catches the, you're out. But that's not really a good narrative because you're not trying to get him out. You're trying to put him in play. So, like,
But see, the thing was, like, the wife, the husband, he didn't, like, stop. He didn't stop loving his wife because she lost the ring. It was just more of a, well, I gave you an engagement ring. You couldn't keep up with that. So
everyone felt
you'll get necessities, but right. And so when I gave them the ring, back, he sat on it for a week. He said he didn't tell her for a week, and he took her to a dinner, like a high priced restaurant.
Yeah, right. He didn't want it to just be like a one-off.
Right, and what I found out later, because that the wife told me, he ended up re-proposing to her.
Oh, wow.
So he took her out to a nice restaurant, gave he gave the ring, he got a new box for the ring, and he gave it to the hostess. And he says, when I'll ask for coffee. When I ask for coffee, before you bring the coffee out, bring me the ring.
Uh-huh.
And they sat the ring in front of he said they sat the ring in front of her. In front of him, and he turned the ring around and opened it. And when she opened it, she looked at it and realized what it was. And he got back down on one knee.
Yep.
And, and proposed again.
That is amazing. Wow. What a story, Lump. Dang, man. I thought you were going to tell me all kinds of appliance stories, but I didn't think you'd have one with so many layers. That's phenomenal. I was raised by a single father in Philadelphia. Okay.
And, he always told me, you take your opportunities when they come, but if you could just be nice, be nice first. Like, I consider myself to be a gentleman asshole, but I'm a gentleman first.
Sure. I gotcha.
Because anyone can be an asshole.
Right. It was. Those folks will remember you for the rest of their lives, for sure.
For sure.
And they were both obviously upset about the ring being lost, and
especially her. He cared, but he didn't care. That's one of them.
She felt
the ring is like a necessary evil. I'm in love with my lady very much right now. As soon as I can, I'm gonna put a ring on her finger and she's gonna be mine forever.
Yeah.
But
me too,
the thing of it is, the thing of it is, it's being decent.
That's beautiful. And she felt bad about it, but it was like a hole that was filled by just your chance encounter to fix this drive. And behind the fact that she'd been calling for weeks and it was just they were never home and it was never follow through, and it could have been a referral for a service that never panned out. And the guy, I'm running out of
it could have been a different version, and there could have been a different version of the story where my dad goes in, he doesn't look under the dryer and doesn't see the ring, or they invite another company over and the other company keeps the ring.
Right. This is a multiverse situation, brother. This is like a multiverse.
Right, it's situation. a parallel universe.
Yes. And also, to be frank with you, this sounds like an episode from a sitcom. Like,
why you say that?
Because I feel like I'm watching it on TV, listening to you tell the story. Like, Lump's Adventures, man. No kidding. Like, I would watch that. I would watch your trials and tribulations as an appliance serviceman throughout the Philadelphia area.
I feel like I could write a show about that,
Yeah.
and it'd be so many episodes and different things that would happen. The only thing would be how do I keep the crowd's interest every week? Like, my dad has a story, and I know I'm going to butcher it, but he has a story where he went into these people's house, and when he walked into the house, it was a table full of money, right? It was just a table full of hundreds and fifties and 20s, just stacked high on the table.
Whoa!
Just full of money, like a full-length dinner table, like somebody's about to eat Thanksgiving, and but it's just stacked with money.
Right.
And so he goes down into the basement.
Uh-huh.
So he goes into the basement to look at the washing machine, and it was either FBI or the DEA came in.
Yes.
And, you know, they lock everything down. Can't nobody move, this, that, and the third. Right? So they bring him upstairs. They put, you know, the people that they knew they were looking for in handcuffs. And they take my father back down the basement to get his tools. And they asked him, did you fix the machine? And he said, yeah. And then they walked him upstairs and he said, take as much as you want. And he grabbed a handful of bread and just walked out the door. And, you know what I mean? Like, so...
So you're telling me the feds told him that you can have as much as you want? Well, we're going to document whatever we see fit, correct?
Well, no, they hadn't documented anything yet.
Right.
They were still, you know what I mean, they hadn't even started counting the money. They said just take your feet off the table.
Now, what year
and
is this?
he grabbed a handful. This was in the 80s.
Oh, wow.
85, 86.
And this is,
and
how much bread did he end up taking home that day?
He said he took about 500.
Oh, I'd take more than
But the fee was only supposed to be $50 because he said he didn't fix it.
that. They said take as much as you want. I mean, but hey,
they asked him if he fixed it. He said yeah, and then you know what I mean.
I
Handful of money.
gotcha. So like he felt bad about his white lie a little bit, so that he was like, all right, let me only take 500.
Yeah, let me just grab this. He said he grabbed a handful and was out.
Not to mention the fact that like the people whose money you took may come looking for it if they miss, or if they're like ending up with, you know what I mean?
Nah, they put all those people were in jail that night. I'm pretty sure they forgot my father was even in the building.
Maybe, but how high up does it go? That's my question. Like, you know what I mean? These are.
Oh no, it was like a regular neighborhood street house.
Okay.
You know, there's three. So I shouldn't be saying this, but I'm gonna say it. In most of it, there's three houses. There's one where they keep the drugs, one where they keep the money, and one where they keep everything else.
Yeah, that makes sense. And
you know what I'm saying? So they don't have everything in the same spot.
Of course. But my question is,
right.
like, what at 10,000 feet, like, who oversees those three houses, or is it just a collaboration of drug dealers?
No, it's a collaboration of everybody. It depends on the situation, but usually it's a collaboration of at least 2 to 3 or more.
Wow. Dude,
yeah.
We are hitting on a number of different interesting topics here, sir.
One time I cheated on my taxes, and I thought one time I cheated on my taxes, and I thought that the federales was going to show up for me. You know what I mean?
How much money did you pay yourself, Archie?
I made it all up. I've never had a job.
So it was all a lie.
I just wanted to feel like I was part of the conversation. You know what I mean?
I can tell you. We've all been there.
Yes, sir. Hey.
We've all been there.
Hey, Lump, this has been a lot of fun, man. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you having me on, Doug.
Yes, of course.
You know, I respect you, and you know when you called me, when we got in contact, and you know what I'm saying, I said, man, I can't wait to do this. So I didn't know what direction we were gonna go. I was gonna let you steer the ship, but yeah, I mean, I get to be the tour guide while you do that.
Yeah, so I'm interested in other people's stories and what they do, and I try to lean on. At this point, it's been interviewing mostly comics, but I have the idea of eventually trying to find politicians, maybe scientists, and medicine people, but anybody who is has a job, but also creates things as well, like creatives that have a job, because we all.
Well, you got the wrong person. I stopped delivering appliances about 2 years ago, and then I got laid off from my job about a month and a half ago.
Well, you've had jobs. You're also
yeah, I've had jobs galore, and I'm still like self-employed. So yeah, exactly. I guess they kind of count.
I think it counts. Market, dude.
Yeah.
Not just that. Yeah. You're a dad like I am. That's also a job, right?
Yo, you know what? You want to hear something funny?
Yes.
When I pulled over and asked for 30 seconds, it was because I saw my son getting out of school. My lady lives around the corner from my son's school, so he was waiting at the bus stop, and we just happened to pull up. And that's why I hopped out the car. I can't drive past my son without saying something.
I got you.
It's just not the thing I do.
Of course. How old is your son right now?
You know what I mean? He's 14.
Wow.
He'll be 15 in October.
Lord.
Yeah, the time flies. Since you met him when he was like 3 or 4.
Right.
You know, I used to bring him with me to Helium all the time.
Yes, of course.
And all that.
Yep. Brilliant. Hey, listen, man. I'm about to get where I need to go, but this has been lovely. This sounds like we may need to do a part 2 at some point. You got more stories.
Hey, just let me. I'm sure. I got plenty of stories. We could talk about. I'm not even going reach into foresight about it, but. You know what I mean? I got plenty of stories.
Lovely.
Perfect. I delivered appliances for 30 years. So I'm 46. Mm-hmm. When I was 15, I got my driver's license. I started delivering appliances, and I started having sex. So I've been doing a lot of things for 30 plus years.
I got a lot of stories in there, brother.
Yeah, and some of those stories go together. You know what I'm saying? It may not be all 3, but it'll be 2 of the 3. You know what I mean?
I do. Hey, before we leave each other, I know you're doing a podcast now, right?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, great. I listened to it. I like how you're weaving in like stories from when you grew up, and then you start talking about how that relates to the local sports teams. It's almost stream of consciousness, but with a definitive direction. So I want you to make sure you send a link to your podcast so we can put that in the show notes. And do you have any other shows coming up that you want to plug? I know you said that you're going to be on a showcase coming up next weekend, I believe.
Well, no, I'm at the Monkey Club on March 16th.
That's it.
I'm on a one-liners show. There's a show where they're doing all one-liners. You know, I got like quick snapbacks and all that. Okay. They're doing a one-liner show with Johnny Brenda's on March 10th. Okay. I'm at the Monkey Club on March 16th.
Lovely.
I would have to look into my phone for the rest of them. Yeah. I got invited to my first comedy festival in April 24th. I'll be in Kansas City, Missouri. So I'm trying to progress, being as though. So about 2 months ago, I was on the Michael Collier morning show, and after I did my set, he told me that I needed to quit my job, and then a month later, I did an inspirational TikTok about how no matter how bad things are, that they could always be worse, and then I got laid off an hour after posting that video.
How about that?
But since in that time, I've like I said, I got invited to a festival. I got my EIN, which is my business tax number. I got my LLC, which is my business license.
Yep.
And I'm moving in the right direction. Trying to get some things together.
Yeah.
And try to become a corporation. So I've been doing stand-up for 13 years, and I just got to get out there.
Yeah.
My goal in comedy is to be a nationally touring feature, and hopefully within the next 3 to 5 years, that'll be a reality.
Oh, I think you can do that. You've got your head pointed in the right direction. You can speak it into existence, buddy. No worries about that.
My lady says that too. I can speak that into existence. She says that a lot.
I like that you have the LLC. That way they can sue your business, but not you. That's important.
Yeah, that was one of the first things that I did. I wanted to make sure that going forward, I had some sort of umbrella to cover me, even though I'm not making really a dime at this moment. I'm waiting on my taxes and unemployment, but once things square up, I'll be ready to carry myself, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you're talking about your business for appliance fixing and
Well, no, it's for. So basically, I put it as a consultant because I consult on appliance repair and deliveries, and I do stand up, which is just a bunch of talking and consultation.
Gotcha. Okay.
You know what I mean?
I love it. Nicely done, Lump. Hey, listen.
So it may not look like I'm doing anything, but I'm working hard on it.
No, you're...
And you know, I'm still hitting mics when I can.
Yep.
Maybe not as much no more, but you know, I'm still trying to keep the material fresh. I just went through my archive and found a whole bunch of jokes that I ain't told in over a decade, and trying to remix them and put them where they belong.
Yes, you sound excited about it, man. You sound excited about it.
So,
all right.
Things are going to go well.
I love it, man. Well, you're definitely, you know, you got that. You're creating the infrastructure to where you can thrive. You know, all that stuff's going to come in. The referrals will come in. Yeah, the shows will come. The referrals will come. I can see it, man. This is great. This has been a heck of a lot of fun. Thank you so much, Lump. I appreciate you. And
hey, man, thank you, God.
Yeah,
you know how much I appreciate you, and I love you, Tony. You know I do.
You too, bro.
You know what I'm saying? I remember coming to your house and sitting there watching. I forget what it was. Me, you, and your daughter watched something on TV.
It was the Super
Bowl. Was it the Super Bowl?
You did come to the Super Bowl at my house, and it was the year Peyton Manning won the Super Bowl with the Denver Broncos, playing the Panthers. Yep. Yeah.
Yes, Cam Newton.
Cam Newton. I don't live there anymore. That was my ex-wife's condo that she was letting me stay at, and I was the building manager of that place. I live in Roxborough now. My fiance and I bought a house in Roxborough right by the Wissahickon Inlet.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yep.
Yeah, you tried to skip over there. I'm glad you're being loved and loved properly.
Well, I try to keep the focus on my guests.
That's a great thing to do.
Yeah, you know, I try to keep the focus on my guests.
Focus on. No, for sure. No. I'm saying that because I personally know you, so I appreciate that you do keep the focus on your guests. But things, I love that for you. Huh?
Yeah, I do. I'll gloss over important details sometimes. That's true. Move past it. No, it's all good, man. Hey, listen. Hey, I love you, brother, and thanks for being on the show. And we'll send me some links. I need a headshot, and we'll see you out there on the pitch. Okay, bro?
Yes, sir. I'm gonna send it to you on Instagram. As soon as I get finished, I'm cleaning my refrigerator out.
Yeah.
So as soon as I'm done with that, before I get ready for my show tonight, I will definitely hit you up and send you those things. Thank you so much for having me on.
All right. Have a great night. Peace.
And you too, sir.
All right. Peace out, brother. Nice meeting you.
Bye, Augie.
All right. Later on, bro.
Lump Hamilton, everybody. Woo!